Gino King Boxing back in the building, back with some more boxing news. And it looks like Jaron Ennis has declined the Teofimo Lopez fight. He doesn't want to fight Teofimo Lopez. And I stated this here a few days ago, and I knew this was going to happen. Crickets. Nothing, no fight, nothing. Jaron Ennis right now is making himself look bad. He's already turned down the Virgil Ortiz fight at 54. Now he's turning down a possible showdown with Teofimo Lopez at 147. So what's next for Jaron Ennis in his division? I mean, he has options, but it seems like he's running from those options. I'm starting to lose faith in Jaron Ennis. I mean, he can unify in his division with Stanionis, Mario Barrios, or Brian Norman Jr. But let's be honest, my people, who wants to see either one of those fights? Nobody wants to see either one of those fights right now. Nothing's intriguing about neither one. Stanionis struggled his last fight. Brian Norman Jr., he's a decent fighter. Mario Barrios struggled in his last fight. So just, it's just pointless right now for us to want to see any fight at 147 with Jaron Ennis. And he doesn't want to take any risks going up to 54 fighting at Virgil Ortiz. So what's next for Jaron Ennis? That's the question. That's the number one question. So the T.O. fight, he could have brought T.O. up 7 pounds and fought him, but why decline? Why decline is something that they're seeing in Jaron Ennis's skill set that's making him not want to fight either one of these fights. I'm thinking if he wants to settle more in boxing and make a name for himself, he's going to have to fight a viable opponent like Virgil Ortiz. You know what I would think would be a pretty dope fight, which I don't think Jaron Ennis and his team is going to agree on it, but for a comeback fight against Errol Spence, Jaron Ennis versus Errol Spence, get Errol Spence back up in there against Jaron Ennis. I think that'll be a phenomenal fight. And I got Errol Spence beating Jaron Ennis, but off top, we already know they're not going to take that fight. Here, a year ago, Ennis and his team were hollering about Bud Crawford. Had been ducking and running from him. Man, everybody was laughing at that, man. Like, Jaron Ennis, come on, man. Are y'all serious? Y'all think Bud Crawford, a pound-for-pound great that beat Errol Spence pretty handily, is running from you? Come on, dog. It got to make sense. It got to make sense. I think Jaron Ennis can beat Teofimo Lopez. But he turned down the fight, So this makes T.O. and his team look good. And, me personally, I think T.O., they're probably aiming for that Richardson-Hitchens fight at 140. I said a lot of things about T.O. too. I think T.O. and his team are all talk. So for Jaron to decline against another guy that's pretty much running around boxing, calling out guys but signing no contracts, this is we just getting tired of it, man. We're getting tired of it. It's every week it's all talk. Trash talk on the internet, trash talk on social media, but then a week later, it's crickets, man. We don't hear nothing. And Jaron Ennis turning down the T.O. fight, it's going to make him look real bad. And he's going to be considered a ducker here in a little bit. He's already being called a ducker. So, yeah, man, there's no reason why we're not getting none of these fights made. We got a guy like Turki Ali willing to pay any one of these fighters to get in the ring and put on a show for boxing fans, for people that want to root for their favorite fighter. But We can't get any one of these guys to have the balls to jump in the ring and fight each other. So until Jaron Ennis gets in the ring with a viable opponent, we can't put any kind of name or any kind of greatness on Jaron Ennis's name. He hasn't fought nobody. He hasn't fought nobody. Nobody that we like, man, Jaron Ennis is that guy in boxing. Yeah, sure, he has skills. There's a lot of guys in boxing that has skills, but that doesn't mean that you're one of the greats. And they're talking like Ennis is going to take over boxing after Bud Crawford retires, man. And I just don't see that. I just don't see that. I see Jaron Ennis at 54 possibly getting knocked out by a couple of guys. I'll be honest with you. I think Bakram, the guy that beat Tim Tszyu, I think he knocks out Jaron Ennis. And I'm saying this right now. I think he knocks out Jaron Ennis if they were to fight. Madrimov, I think he would knock out Jaron Ennis. I'm just being honest with you. Ennis, like I said, he's a good fighter. He hasn't proven he's great yet, though. The T.O. and Virgil Ortiz fight, that could have been his coming out party to let the world know how dominant and how his skill set is. But he doesn't want that. Who is he going to go fight? Mario Barrios? Nobody wants to see Jaron Ennis fight Mario Barrio at 147. That's not taking nothing away from Mario Barrios, but come on, my people. It's just not that's just not gonna do it for us boxing fans out here. It's not gonna do it. And Jaron Ennis and his team knows that these guys talk and train all year, and when it's time to sign a contract, it's all crickets. So until then, Jaron Ennis will be considered nothing but a decent fighter. That's all. He'll be considered nothing but a decent fighter. So if you want to get up in there and have your name in the conversation of the guys like Crawford, the guys like Earl Spence, you're going to have to fight one of these top guys and beat them pretty handily for you to get your respect in boxing. So until then, Jaron Ennis, he's just going to be just a decent fighter. So, but yes, this is Gino King Boxing. Y'all press that subscribe button, press that like button, and I'm out.